We're
Oh my
live.
God, the stream is live. How are
Welcome
you?
to,
Tellman, no. Oh, see,
yeah,
it
that's
should
good.
be.
Yeah, we'll work it out. Welcome to,
It's Tellman and
I
Fellman.
thought you were going to say Tellman Man. Jeez. All right. We told you we were working this out. We are working out. All right. I'll say Tellman. Welcome to Tellman.
And Fellman
Episode 3.
show.
That's right. Maybe it'll be a show. We'll see. This is episode 3. Count them. And Harris, you are in Spain
See,
and you're moving.
see.
Where are you moving to? The UK.
I am moving from Barcelona, one of the best cities in the world, as all of the tourists are finding. And I'm moving to Woking, Surrey, UK, near London. Everybody knows London. Some people know Woking, but I'm moving there because I want to perform comedy in English, which I do a lot in Barcelona, and I started doing a bit in the UK. And then also, more importantly, my daughter lives there, and she was willing or wanted me to move in with her for a year. So we're gonna, I mean, legally and officially, I am visiting my student daughter in the UK for months at a time. I'm not living there at all. I'm just visiting an apartment, also known as a flat. It's funny.
Will there be like tea and crumpets?
Oh, there's already tea. I don't know about crumpets.
Better be some
Uh,
crumpets.
Yeah, I actually enjoy a lot of like the different words, and it's funny talking to some of my like really American, meaning like they've never left America. Like I said, oh, my son's going to the Netherlands and my daughter's going in the UK, and they're like, wow, that's all really far apart, and I'm like,
No,
no, not really.
it's like two
It's
separate states. It's like
yeah, it's like Georgia and I don't know DC, maybe Georgia, DC, and somewhere in the Midwest. Anyway, and then also I like difference of words like that catch me off guard. Like, oh, would you like a biscuit? A biscuit there is a cookie. So like when I think of a biscuit as like this kind of a piece of bun like
white
dry bread.
starchy bread. You have to put gravy on it to be any good. Yeah, right.
Yeah, exactly. So anyway, I'm going to enjoy discovering some of those differences. My daughter, she, what was it? Somebody, they were like, oh, I need to get some wool. She's like, wool. And it's basically knitting yarn they call wool, This is super interesting for people that want to learn about how to succeed online. I'm sure they,
another very important topic that's closely related. As many of you may know, I just recently shaved the beard. It had gotten pretty good size this time, and I took it down, and so I'm having to shave again on a regular basis, which I haven't really done on a regular basis for quite a few years, and I think I nicked myself over here.
You shave your head on a regular basis, don't you?
I do, but it's different. Like it's different. There are more contours in your face. I don't know. I tend to nick my face more than I tend. What do you shave your head with, and what do you shave your face with?
Well, first of all, you do make a good point. Like on my head, I'll just go like this, right? It's fine because it's just this nice flat surface. I'll go back and forth a bit, but here I wouldn't go super fast on here. Or you might grab one of these laugh lines. I use the same thing for my head and my face.
Like straight up, like normal shaving razor.
Yep, 4 or 5 blade. I don't really care too much about the brand. I've gotten Harry's brand recently, and it's really good.
I haven't used that for quite a few years. I did in the past. My middle name is Harold.
Oh, my first name is Harris. So there you go.
Oh, that's interesting. I guess we never really thought about that.
Yeah, and my last name is Fellman, and your first name is Tellman.
Yes.
So you could be Tellman Harold, and I could be Harris Fellman.
I think we are. In fact. Cool, man. So I have a question for you. So okay. I naturally woke up a little bit earlier than normal today.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty well trained to wake up a little bit before 6:30 because that's kind of like what time I have to get up and get moving with the kids in the morning for school and so on. And summer's about to end, and I don't tend to sleep in. I'm not much of a sleeper anyway, but I woke up at 6 this morning, and I immediately was like, okay, what do I have to do today? Because we're gonna like jump into this live stream first thing in the Harris just left the building, ladies and gentlemen. I think he's about to pop back on. I think, but I'm not 100% sure. I see him, and
Hello.
he's back.
I did a bad thing. I pushed a button because I realized I wasn't streaming as I was the other 2 days, and then it tried to reset me. And now it is asking me to log in again. So I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to fall for that twice. So you woke up early thinking about me, I think is what you were saying.
That's right. The first thing that popped into my mind as I was laying in bed with my girlfriend was you, Harris. No, but I thought, I was like, oh, I better like get up, get going, be on time. Like, no, like I'm not going to be 15 minutes late for my meeting with Harris. Like, because we got to live stream as early as possible and have a productive morning. And I was reminded of the various times in my life where I've had to get up before dawn, right? Get up before the sun and like get something going. And often, I mean, in the winter, I have to do that with kids for school. But the times in my life when I've had to do that were usually when I was training really hard for running, and I had to get up early and get like an extra workout in before the day started. And during those times in my life, I've like gotten the most done. I get up early, things get going, like the heart rate is pumped up by 7 a.m. I'm energized, I'm fueled, like, and everything is moving forward while most people are still drooling on their pillow. And I really, really love that. And so anyway, I was thinking about,
You'll tell me what you're thinking about in a second, but I'm also very focused on that as well. I'm sure you've heard of a guy named Hal Elrod.
Yeah.
The Miracle Morning, and he's got a new book. So he had the first book called Miracle Morning, and then years have gone by, and he did the new book. And I remember I listened to the old book, but for the first time just a couple years ago, and did a 30-day challenge and woke up earlier. And I do remember thinking, he really doesn't talk much about the importance of sleep. He's like, get up at 7 a.m. or 6 a.m. or do whatever you have to do. But in the new book, he does cover like, the importance of sleep and having a nighttime ritual to prepare for your morning. And part of what he talked about was like kind of what you were saying is that you could sleep for 6 hours and that might not be enough for you, or you could sleep for 6 hours and it is enough for you because you prepared yourself in the morning and you're excited the night before and you're excited about the thing in the morning. Like, whatever, kids with Christmas morning, they don't have to sleep.
And people's baseline, depending on fitness, nutrition, stress, like everybody has a different, and just genetics. People have a different baseline and age, right? For how much sleep they need. Like I used to need 8 hours of sleep. Now I need 7.5 hours of sleep. When I was younger, I needed more like 9 hours of sleep, right? And some people, period, need a ton of sleep. Like some people just don't seem to need as much,
And the other thing he railed against was like the snooze button, which I'm not too super guilty of that anymore. But like all you're doing is like saying, I like to sleep. I don't want to wake up. I don't like waking up, but I'm going to do it again in 9 minutes. You know what I mean? And then all you do is extend your bad sleep, and you're not getting good sleep. You're getting snooze button sleep for the next however many snoozes.
It's the same thing as procrastinating on something that's important to do in your life. You've said you've committed to doing, you need to do, and hopefully you want to do, but you're still slacking off. It's, and doing some other dumbass thing that doesn't make a difference in your life during those 9 minutes. In this case, not getting any good rest,
Or so you're saying, like scrolling Instagram or something.
Whatever, there's this attitude that I've developed, and I struggle with this, but it's I was just on my train with Tellman calls, and one of our students, Curtis, he's like, made massive this last week. He made massive progress. He made massive action. He just like his list size doubled. His engagement increased by on Facebook increased by over 83%. Like in 7 days. I was like, what the heck, dude? Like, what did you change? He's like, well, I just decided to do it now. Like I just decided that when an idea comes to me, to just immediately do it rather than to think about it and wait and whatever. And so when I see a picture that I want to take, I take it and I upload it to Facebook instead of thinking about it. Right.
Yeah.
So it's a immediate action. There is no later. Right. Like really,
Yeah.
it doesn't mean don't sleep, but do it now. You know?
Yeah. Yeah. That's interesting. That's great. Yeah. That also made me think about, have you ever read War of Art by Stephen Pressfield or anything by Stephen Pressfield?
Yeah. I haven't reread it, but I haven't reread it anytime recently, but I loved it when I read it. It would be worth a reread.
Yeah, it's worth well, he's got a few other books out as well, but he's all about, overcoming resistance, and everything is resistance unless it's the thing that you tell yourself that you want to do, And there's another incredible book that I'll be honest, it's huge. I love it, and I couldn't get through it. It became, and this is, I guess it's Arete. I don't know if there's a recent book that was out called Arete, Arete.
One of the about it, but I don't.
It's intense, man. It's like every day, and that's for me. This I think you would really like it. I really like it, but then I start doing things, and then there becomes too much of a distance between who I am and who I want to be, which is one of the things it talks about. And then I'm like, okay. let me get a little closer to that, and then I'll come back to this. But there's some really powerful stuff, and they're like, are you familiar with the concept of anti-fragility or anti-fragile?
I mean, I've seen ads about it. I know that there's this one dude that's all about like his MO is anti-fragility. I watched a couple of his videos on Facebook. I think I didn't like I really didn't like the term. It really
It's basically, about the term resilience, which I know
resilience,
you're all about.
Grit, drive, tenacity.
But resilience is overcoming challenges. Anti-fragility is embracing the challenge as being the thing that you're basically not even just bouncing off of, but that it's there to strengthen you.
Yeah, it's basically don't be a wuss.
It's beyond don't be a wuss. I think
but it's classic. That which doesn't kill you makes you stronger. It's like
that which doesn't kill you.
The obstacle is the way, right? Like
the opposite. Exactly. The obstacle is the way.
That's another book. It's another really great book by a different dude, but.
Yeah. Okay. So let's bring it back. So you were saying that before I got off on this tangent, I think you did have a point. You woke up this morning thinking about me.
I had some funny thoughts. We
talked a little bit about various aspects of resilience, but yeah, you had some other thoughts.
I was thinking about this whole talk show idea. And I was like,
this one or this one?
Both.
Okay.
Right. And I was thinking about, I think I know the name of our next program.
Okay.
It's called Talk to Trillions.
Talk to Trillions. Okay. Are we talking about the trillions or from Star Trek, or are we talking about the trillions of dollars?
No, we could talk about trillions of dollars. I think we're talking about trillions of people.
Okay.
Yeah, they don't exist yet, but they're gonna, and you're gonna be the first person to reach them. Talk to trillions. I when I came up with it, I was looking for a T alliteration, and I was like, trillions is really funny because there aren't even a trillion people on the planet. But what a funny thing to think about.
Yeah, but I think if we actually did that, because what I immediately think of is, we're also talking to other planets.
Yeah. But then I was thinking about the morning talk show.
Mm-hmm.
And the idea of a morning show, and I was thinking of getting up in the morning and getting going, and I was just like, oh yeah, this is also what it's like for a lot of people who have to get up at 4:30 a.m. And they're working by 6. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? A lot of people that are in manual labor jobs and builders, people, contractors are getting up at the ass crack of dawn and like working all day, working their body hard all day long. But like there's also something empowering about getting up early and getting a jump start on the day and just getting things going while everybody else is being, laying around in bed.
Man, I wish everyone was like in the same time zone, because that's a really neat idea, to like that we turn on at 7 a.m. because we're encouraging other people to get up before then, and then come over to us and get their boost, or whatever, or their beginning of information. It's miracle marketing morning, miracle morning marketing, or whatever.
Right.
Marketing miracle marketing morning, what, but basically, like, but the thing is that, I sent you an email from a client. I don't know if you
I
saw
didn't
it
see
or
it.
not.
No.
Okay, yeah, I sent it because I mostly wanted to talk about it. Do I want to talk about it now, live? We might as one of the things in
Well,
there.
obviously, whatever it is, like complete confidentiality for the client.
Yeah. No. He basically, it was me talking about what you and I are doing with automatic audience and teaching people the interview series and what have you. And he immediately went to, because he's one of these guys of like, oh, like, I don't even remember the list, but he said, oh, great. So after you do that, you can take it and you can chop it up here, and you can use whatever Opus or Descript to take your. We're going to do 20 minutes a day. You take your 20 minutes and make 5 clips out of it. And those are going to go on YouTube Shorts and Instagram and wherever. And then you're going to take this and you're and you're going to take that and you're going to make a blog post out of it. And he like had 7 or 8 things, right, that like, and really, Tellman, we should be doing this. I don't necessarily mean maybe right now, maybe not right now, but really close to now. And we should be doing this so that we learn about it. So as we're teaching people, because this is 2 things that have happened since we started doing automatic audience. 2 big things that have happened in the decades that we started doing it, that well, let's say 3. I mean, we started out with teleseminars. Yeah. We've done plenty of webinars and video, but video is super important now. Super important. And then whatever, doesn't matter what. And then number 2 is social media has become super important. We literally started, Tellman, before Twitter, before Facebook existed, before the iPhone existed. I mean, a year before. So we may have gotten lucky in some of the technology growth that was happening around us without us really realizing it. But at the same time, and we're not social media idiots by any means, but we're not social media like super embracers, and we don't have huge social media audiences yet.
I've never been a social media superstar. It's like it's not my. I use social media, but like I'm not. I don't know. I don't really check social media. I don't really look at my social media stats.
And now the third thing is that's happened in the last, much more recently, of course, is AI, and it's about, and every year, 6 months, whatever, it's an iteration better. I mean, it's like it's going to be a major jump better. So it's fine. Like, I never liked chasing trends. I never I didn't jump on Facebook right away and start marketing on Facebook or whatever.
It took me up forever to even get a cell phone. It was funny.
I was an early adopter on I was too early of an adopter on computer phone, whatever you want to call it, smartphone. I bought I don't know if you remember, Microsoft had like a big clunky, it was called like a PC phone or something like that. I got really excited, and I bought one on maybe eBay that never got sent. I got ripped off, and then I did end up buying one, and it was still like the fastest you could go was like 120K. So it was just, even if the phone was great, there was nothing great to hook up to. But anyway, I think that's something that with this, like, if all we did, which is not all we teach, but if all we did was, and I think daily is intense, but if we can figure out how to take a daily show that we do and then automate all those things so that content is going out on our socials, that's just another way that people can find us. I think it's going to have really great and exciting results. Again, the setup of it seems like it might be a little bit daunting, so that's something that we can dig into. But like it's not the first time I've talked to you about it. I'm just reminded of it with this email that came through, him talking about. There was other things that he talked about as well that were very prescient to. Remember yesterday I got kind of bent out of shape when you're like, hey, your traffic people, you should give them a deliverability service. And I'm like, I don't want to freaking make deliverability service, buddy. Like that's like, but he's literally coming to me saying, hey, I'm creating a SaaS, and it looks like either a deliverability service or an alternative to delivering via email. Maybe it's, I know people that are killing it with SMS right now, like in a couple of different ways. But even one of them is spammy about it, and he's killing it. There's other people that are doing it a lot more palpably, I guess. I don't know, appropriately, whatever, professionally. I don't know what word to use, but it's not just like getting an old list and sending emails to sending spams to it, but something you're talking about doing, not that taking.
Well, I was going to say, no. Well, actually, I'm very actively investigating some new SMS services to re-engage, because I have hundreds of thousands of previous customers, like over the course of my career, who all bought stuff from me, and so who I can't reach with email anymore, either because their email has changed or because deliverability is terrible, right? And so how do you reach your old customers if their emails aren't getting through, if you do a product update or something like this? And so SMS is a good solution. And I'm curious if you know some people. If you don't have any answers off the top of your head, that's cool. But like, if you hear something, let me know. Is if you know some people who are using SMS very effectively for importing lists, real lists, but for importing lists and communicating with them. I'm curious about what some of the competing services are that might be better than what I've already seen.
Yeah, it's something we can talk about. Not right this second. We're over 20 minutes now, so we might want to jump off. And we can even do a show about that if we want. I don't know enough about it to do a show about it, but maybe we can bring somebody on.
Cool.
This is how I bring people on. Wait, where'd it go? There. Yeah, bring somebody on.
That's right. I think just calling this Tellman and Fellman episode 3 did not increase our viewership. I think having at least a title and or something relevant to something would be good, especially in terms of, so having a description that's as long as possible and having a captivating title, even if we go completely off topic, I think that's gonna do better for us. So I think one thing we should definitely do to improve our show is, even if we're freestyling the content, that we should maybe trade off responsibility for writing a title and a headline and a description, a title and description for each episode or something along those lines. Anyway, I'll do it tomorrow and I'll get you the character limits or whatever, because they all populate. So there's definitely character limits on it. Anyway, guys, we are talking about audience building and talk shows and communicating and connecting with your people to grow your audience and grow your business. If you're interested in learning more and working with us, type "grow my audience" into the comments below and shoot us either one of us a direct message on whatever platform you're watching this on, and let us know. We'll give you a sneak peek of what we've got going on with Automatic Audience. And if you want to get involved, we have some very, very cool stuff coming up here before the end of the month. So, Harris, do you have anything else to say before we wrap for the day?
No, I'm ticked off that I couldn't stream, that I forgot to hit the stream for mine, and my streaming's a little bit wonky, but I don't have anything else for today. Friday, I don't think I'm going to be able to do this, but Thursday, there's somebody on my balcony. Thursday, I will. Tomorrow, I still will, so I'll let you know. But
Cool. I'll probably just live stream solo on Friday if you're not available.
You'll just.
Oh, you just muted yourself out at the perfect time. That's what I like. You're like, you start talking and all of a sudden, you have a call coming in and now we can't hear you. That's exactly how it should be, right? I really prefer this way of doing a show. Okay, now I can hear you. Now I can hear you. Can you hear me? Yes? You can't hear me? I can hear you. Bye, everybody.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay, bye.